Alright, hello guys. So I was actually just doing some writing and drawing inside the place, beautiful place down that street, and was listening to some music. It's a fairly recent soundtrack, beautiful piece if I do say so myself. One of those fantasy stories, or well, half fantasy stories. It's a Persian-based soundtrack. You know, like it might not be accurately Persian, but it helps you think about the old cultures, you know, the ones that practically no longer exist except in ruins and such places. But it made me think all of a sudden. Like I was there just drawing and listening to the music when suddenly I just had this, I don't know what it's called, a premonition or a thought that just sank in, and I just wanted to share that thought with you. I know that a lot of stuff out there, especially nowadays, that you look at humanity and you're like, we're the worst on the planet, like the planet would be better off without us. I don't think that's a good approach. I don't think that's a good approach towards ourselves. It's not a good approach towards each other, because we're only building frustration just because someone is being a human. Now, I certainly agree that there's things going on that we humans do and are doing right now that, no, not good. But not to go into too much philosophy in what is good and what is wrong, I just wanted to actually make a quick video on my appreciation to the good side of humanity, to the good things that we have brought to this world. Like, think about it, people. Which species, which animal or whatever creature on the planet, on the earth, has done what we humans have done? Like, I know there are some people that with the evolution theory and all that stuff, which is a very interesting debate, that, you know, they believe we come from apes, the Homo sapiens and all that stuff. And so gorillas and chimpanzees and such, they're our closest kin, or whatever you want to call it, closest relative in the animal kingdom. I don't personally believe that, but that's me. You do you, okay? But what I do want to say is, so that they believe, you know, we have developed and evolved over time to be this apex being. Like, I want to say apex predator, because let's be real, when it comes to just physical stuff, tigers and lions and even hippos, I know hippos are not necessarily meat eaters, but boy are they aggressive chunks of muscle and what else have you. You know, you do not mess with those beings. And yet, who is dominating who on the grand scheme of things? If we don't act responsibly, all animals will feel the consequences of that. That is not a bad thing. I just want to clarify that. It's not a bad thing that humans have so much authority over the planet. It just means that we have responsibility over the planet, far more than we're being taught at schools, far more than we're being made aware of in so many places, in the media, in churches, and between religions and all that. I'm not saying all religions. There are some religions that teach that better than others, but still, whatever happens to appreciating humanity and teaching one another of how we can, you know, be more responsible. Because responsibility starts with the individual, you know. I'm not here to point the finger at anyone particular of, hey, you should do this better, you should do that better. Not in this video anyway. There are videos, of course, that I will speak my mind on things, because I'm a human. I'm made to speak my mind now and then. I'm not a slave, thank you very much. But there's, of course, a way on how to do that better. But really, I just want to say that, for one, I appreciate the people that help nature. I've been doing some gardening, and I've done conservation work in New Zealand for just a season. And it's amazing the good side that comes out of the people. Like, some of them were drug addicts, you know, and then they had sleep deprivation. One of them was a Maori who carved his own axe, beautifully carved axe, and he gave that to the team leader once we were done. You know, completely different backgrounds, but there and then we made a team and we did good. So for those who are doing conservation work, who are actively out there to find what works best for nature, how do they say it? Kudos to you. I don't know if that's what it's called, but yeah. there's just, I just want you to know you're appreciated, and the farmers who look after the animals responsibly, trying to if you're in the meat works or in the meat work industry, then killing animals with as quickly and as painlessly as possible. That's another thing, by the way, that I think a lot of people need to get more aware of, is be more appreciative of the people that produce food that you're enjoying or that other people are enjoying, even if it's meat. I don't care if you're a vegetarian or a vegan or whatever it is. Eat as you wish. That's not mine to judge you for or condemn you for or whatever. But neither condemn those that actually actively make meat for people that enjoy eating meat, because look, if you're going to complain to those that kill animals for the sake of producing meat for people to enjoy, look at how Komodo dragons eat their meat, for jolly sake. I'm not going to go into too much gruesome details there. Just look it up, how Komodo dragons eat their prey, if you have the stomach to watch that. Because then any person on the planet who has ever killed an animal to provide food, they've done it in the most humane way. And I also want to, just say appreciation to those that cultivate flowers of all things. Like I'm part Dutch, tulips and such. It's our thing, making whole fields of just tulips. For what, actually? We're not really actively eating them, unless you're in World War II, but that's another story. We're not actively eating them. It's pure for show, really. But it's creating something beautiful out of that. I think we should be a bit more appreciative of that, don't you think? And, what else? People that are pro-life, people that want to see women, mothers that is, give birth in the most safe and most efficient manner. I'm just addressing things as they come to mind, really, because I think we should be appreciative of what it's like to being human. Giving birth is arguably the most naturally painful thing any human can go through. So to the women out there who are becoming mothers or have been mothers themselves, and you know what it's like to give birth, and you've successfully done so, I just wanted to say I appreciate you, and I know God appreciates you, because you've gone through a lot of pain to bring forth a child, another human, really, the next generation. So don't take that lightly. Don't think that you just brought another human in the world that might do this or that wrong, or might make some horrible mistakes along the way. He might or he might not, but that's not the point, really. The point is, appreciate the life that you have just brought forth into the world, and I think people should be more supportive of mothers. The list goes on, really. And artists, painters, drawers, writers, authors, we leave behind things that no other creature on the planet does. We're more focused on, as a whole, I'm not saying most people do, but there are humans who think about what legacy do you leave behind, about building up. You don't just eat, sleep, have sex, you live, you breathe, you die, sort of thing. It's like there's far more within us than just that. And personally, I believe that that's because of the Creator. We're created in God's image. We're created to create and to share and to grow what we have been given. It's a responsibility, it's a duty, but it's also a privilege. So how you see it is how you treat it, right? Anyway, I just thought I'd share that out there. It's just me, completely unscripted, by the way, just out and about, enjoying nature, and figured I'd just leave that little message out there. So I hope this encourages someone. Don't be ashamed of you being human, all right? God bless, and peace be with you.